right, everybody, it is 2 o'clock p.m. and it is time for a Saturday Soul live stream. And once again, it's me, it's the VINCE, and I hope everybody's doing all right, man. We had a pretty humdinger of a show. And I can't seem to straighten out my sweater today. Folks, I got a lot of work to do. That's why I'm starting a little bit early. I already got the car washed. I got to take my TRT, and then I'm going to take some of my Total Woe, not War, Woe. Gonna get some training in. Then I got to go drop off this shit, microwave and every other. Like I said, I'm dropping off a bunch of stuff, folks. A whole lot of stuff. Let's just put it that. I'm just going to be honest with you. A lot of stuff is gonna go today. We got to get rid of it. We got to say bye-bye to it, in other words. Microwave, got this, got that. Hey, I'm telling you, we're going to donate, and then I'm going to go in, and we're going to go shopping for clothes at Miracle Mart. Find some good used clothes there, folks. The great one hasn't bought vintage clothes in quite some time. And this particular Miracle Mart always comes up with some goodies there. You know, it's on that nice side of the neighborhood and everything like that. Folks, if you guys have seen my video on buying used equipment, used clothes, that's perfectly fine. I will show that to you guys later. But in the meantime, Black Ass Friday is coming up, folks. Thanksgiving is coming up. What's up, Matt? Just getting a little started a little early. People are a little surprised. Got training to do. Got my mama's microwave. I'm going to give the Miracle Mart. I'm sure that they could fix it. If not, you know, it's out of my hair, you know. Just keeping it real and telling to you like it is. But I'm donating a lot of other stuff, too. A lot of stuff's got to go, and then I'm going to go into Miracle Mart, and I'm going to get myself a couple clothes. A little couple of duds that I need. You know why? Because shirts now are $3. And you guys have already seen I'll show the video in just a minute. But the first thing I want to do, folks, is, like I said before, it is Black Friday. And I know a lot of you people are going to be shopping for gym equipment. My buddy Sliding Fitness Trainer, which he calls himself something different now. He has put out a wonderful video, folks. A wonderful video. Awesome video on some shopping guides here. And I will present that to you, folks. I will, you know, because I'm very interested. I haven't seen it yet. But I know this guy. He knows his stuff there, folks. He knows his stuff. So we're going to go to, he now calls himself Hybrid Resistance. So this here is stuff that is maybe worth buying.
I want to talk about my most.
So y'all pay attention, guys. You might pick up some shopping tips here. So let's check out and see what Sliding Trainer has to say, or Hybrid. He now, like I said, he calls himself Hybrid Resistance. Let's see what he's got to say.
Use home gym fitness equipment as of 2025, and I want to put a special caveat here. These are not.
Whoa, too fast. Way too fast. We can't do that.
Not my favorite pieces. In fact, I got still a lot more stuff to show you guys off camera, and that's why I got the angle, the camera this way, and both sides of me, and a lot of stuff flanked. That stay tuned in the upcoming week. I will share that stuff with you. Also got some new stuff in that likely is definitely going to make this most used category, but I think it's relatively new. So these are pieces I've used throughout the year that I use most often, meaning at least once or twice a week. But was not going to make this video today, but I've been getting a lot of questions, seemingly because it is the holiday season, and as of literally last night, maybe this morning, and some more updates on that. Some of the things I'm actually talking about as I reached out to some of these companies are actually going to be having a Black Friday deal, so some of this stuff is at their steepest discount. So shameless plug to you guys. Links are down in the description box. Some of these things I might not even have affiliate links, but I am keeping the Black Friday page updated even as I'm about ready to go out of town here. Starting off in no particular order, we'll start with one that's going to have the most division, and that is going to be the Beyond Power Voltra, for sure the most hyped product of the year. I've said very candidly many times, it's not going to be for everybody. Why I put this up there is I've constantly been messing with it, playing with it. It is very fun to use. I've said many times, if you have a functional trainer rack.
By the way, I have it on normal speed. He just talks fast. You know, this is something that my cousin should get there. Because, I mean, he trains a lot with free weights, but he needs to have some sort of system of cables.
Cable stack, you probably do not need this thing. This is for somebody, as I've just made this new rack here, really for this purpose. I found I get the most use out of it when I was using it things for a foot plate, which is overkill for a lot of people, or if you're using kind of like a raw, just basic squat rack, and you want to attach to something, in which case, I believe this Darko mount is a necessity. It just makes stuff in your life a lot easier. I've had a lot of people tell me, even a good friend who I'm surprised actually said,
Saturday Sol SHW.
That's right, it is indeed Saturday. So definitely appreciate the donation, Quick Pump. Lamar, what's up, dog? What's up, man? How you been? Yeah, I've been dropping by lately there. You know, you've been doing those videos. Bro, you gotta have a schedule or something there, you know, at least let us know in advance when you're about to start streaming. That way I can tune in a little bit more, you know. Now me, I started a little early today because I got a lot of work to do and stuff, you know, and training. And I gotta donate this stuff too, so anyway.
Does this, told me, man, you got to get a second one. Opens up so many doors because you can attach it to a barbell, which, by the way, made me think if you have a barbell, my collar hooks, which are also shameless plug on sale right now, steepest discount ever, might be a good way to kind of attach these to a barbell as I'm kind of thinking about it. Digress, though. I just feel like I don't really need to. I don't have to be like syncing it and charging two different batteries. So that is just me, but this was definitely something that I've used a lot this year. Surprisingly so, actually. That leads me into this next one because I've said that the Voltra sometimes pushes out my resistance band foot plate for a number of reasons. I use all different types of bands, barbells. There's actually a lot of different resistance band company sales happening right now with X3, Clench.
We're just reviewing the most used gym equipment, and hopefully you guys get some ideas for Christmas there for your gym set.
Fitness, Serious Steel, I believe is coming up soon. I have an overabundance and more incoming of resistance band, barbells, and even foot plates. But if I'm saying right now, the foot plate that I use the most, because I think it is the best, is the Harambe one. It is overkill. It's crazy, but right now this is their biggest sale at 20% off this. Still might not be worth it to you, but this is also coming from a company that originally said they were never going to be doing any of these limited time sales. And of course, they've broken that rule. So for better or for worse, I think this is the only time they're going to have this on sale, at least at that kind of price. Next thing is going to be the Rep Pepin dumbbells. So a little backstory again, so you guys may or may not know, I pre-ordered these. I canceled the pre-order, only then to go pay much more higher price than I initially did for the pre-order. And now they're down in a relatively low-ish price. All the different Black Friday.
Yeah, I've seen those weights before. They're pretty popular. I mean, you got 85 and 105, 125 adjustable dumbbells. Little pricey, but you know, this is perfect for someone that has very little space. I've been thinking about getting this here, and you know, because I still got plenty of room in my home in order to train with. In order to have these dumbbells here, so
deals. I think Rep Fitness is having some of the best ones, only considering they're not the steepest sales, but you're finding things that are 10% off with the free shipping on very good quality items that usually are not discounted that low. As of right now, these Rep Pepins are not on a discount, and I can't confirm or deny, but
I have a strong psychic belief
that you may still have an opportunity to get these at a discount in the very near future. I'm just going to kind of say that, but I'm not totally sure. But still, regardless, these are my most used dumbbell of this year. I love the aesthetics, the way they feel, the balance. Also, really quick, forgot to mention.
It's up to you to decide, Raw Foods, as far as to what equipment you should get. But I'm just giving you guys something to think about. After all, Black Friday's coming up, and I know you guys are wanting to upgrade your gym, so what better way than to show one of the best people that knows his equipment there? They'll give you a couple of ideas.
Some of you guys know this already, but the adder plate used to have this little...
I got you, Quick Pump there. I mean, you have a pretty static setup there. I mean, the old school leg press, I mean, I used to sell those back in the day there. I mean, they still work though, and they're inexpensive.
Kind of a keychain looking ring right there, and that was annoying for some people, and maybe there was even some quality issues too, but everyone who's purchased an old Rep Pepin set has got these replacement pop pins, and I got mine a couple weeks ago and I replaced them, so that's another kind of nice little added benefit. The next thing, I talked about this many times on the channel, is this Revolution Gripper 2.0. I actually got some other grip products in I'll be sharing with you. I still think this is the best for all the number of reasons. USA made, lifetime warranty. You get an immediate forearm, and like I said, sometimes even a bicep pump when you're kind of squeezing this. I use this at least once to twice a week, and even as I'm heading out of town, I might even throw this in my bag for this guys trip I'm going on, just so people can kind of mess with it, you know, as they're kind of sitting around. But great little fidget tool, and one that's, you can definitely feel it as soon as you use it. I did reach out to the owners the other day, so if you notice on the Black Friday page, they put the 20% off code back on there. It was 10%, so they put the 20% off code, I think, until a little bit after December. Maybe it's December 1st, I'm not sure, but you can get these. Great stocking stuffer. Again, great overall product. I love it. Just make sure if you ever do pick this up, with the spring loaded mechanism, make sure you have it untwisted when you're not in use so you don't overwork the spring, and also I think maybe it voids the warranty. I don't know, but the point is, do not leave this spring compressed. All right, then segueing into attachments, this is still, if you guys have been watching, you know I've been saying this is my favorite attachment, the Rogue stainless steel straight lap bar. You can get this in 20 or 40 inches, and I believe this is on their hot deals as of right now. If you gave me one attachment to use, or I know where they use the most, it's going to be this thing for lat pull downs, any kind of a pull really, bicep curls, tricep press downs. Can't say enough about this.
Looks pretty sturdy, and looks like it's adjustable too.
Maybe just be personal preference, but definitely my top attachment still of this year and the one I use most often. The next attachment I have not shown off are these Prime Fitness CAS handles. These are the really thick ones. I've had these off camera for a while, and I initially got them. I saw these at Home Gym Con, which, by the way, if you want to save tickets in Home Gym Con, code HYBRID does also do that for you. These are USA.
You think Vegan Gains would fight me in MMA now that he's buff and trim? Fuck the trolls. Lamar with a $3 donation. I definitely appreciate that. He'd still be scared to fight you there, Lamar. I mean, he played that video of you fighting one time, and he said that, man, he was kind of shook there when you remember when you were fighting in that empty swimming pool place. Here's the thing about my cousin. When they get into an argument, it's like, let's set up a fight. Set up an MMA cage and stuff like that. I mean, if you really wanted to fight someone, you don't need to set up a cage. You're going to go up to him and fight him right then and there. You know, you're not going to... There's nothing organized about someone who's got real beef. If you got real beef with someone, you just gonna fight anyway. No referees and nothing. You know, when someone talks that they want to organize fight, an MMA fight, they're not serious at all. They're just not serious at all there, Lamar. But again, I do appreciate the donation there.
Made. A lot of people just love the aesthetics and the way they look at them. I was first using this on some of the cable towers, like my Phoenix Getter X tower.
Now, I was thinking about getting these for my Total Trainer, because that would definitely help out on grip strength and you know, and build up the forearms. You know, forearms is one of those most underlooked body parts that most people just don't train at all, and those would be perfect.
And honestly, I just felt like for one reason or another, I just wasn't using it as much, probably because of this taper. I just felt like different angles and getting the positions just weren't as ideal. That's just me personally. But then when I put this thing on the Total Gym, which if you guys watch me do everything with the Total Gym, my go-to has always been a swivel, 2 carabiners, and then these Huck handles. No affiliate with these guys, but most of my favorite handles with the Total Gym. I have found that once I put these on, this was a game changer, a new game changer for me using my Total Gym or Saudi Men's Trainer, is that also it gives you extra extension too because of the way the straps are oriented. Just kind of a nice, fat, thicker grip, and I just feel like the way the swivel works, getting into various positions is easier, and I just love the way it feels. Of course, working grip strength, I just love the solid feel of this. And the more I've been progressing just with grips, and maybe that's a side point with the lat pull down bar, I'm starting to really prefer a thicker grip for everything. So been loving this, and it's also just making the Total Gym and using the Total Gym Evolve all the more fun, to be honest with you. That actually leads me to the thing I'm sitting on. The other machine I used a lot this year in 2025 was the Total Gym Evolve, which, backstory, I was a little critical on initially because of the price tag and how much I'd actually use the horizontal glide board. The price has gone down a lot. There's actually a Black Friday sale, but on top of that, it can be kind of confusing. I noticed if you click my link, it then prompts the coupon code to come up at checkout. So if you type in the discount code, not trying to do this shameless plug here, but you definitely shave off another $200 or so even off their Black Friday discount. So that is something to be mindful about, and that's on the Black Friday page. There's things I wish they included more in here, but you guys know I love Total Gyms and Sliding Bench trainers that once I've kind of...
Finishing moves, what do you mean, like Mortal Kombat, the where he uppercuts him and he goes down into a pit of spikes or something?
Gone horizontal, it's kind of hard to go back without having that feature, so that is cool if you're remotely in the market. Now on that note, I've tried a bunch of different machines this year, and what I'm going to do is kind of lump this into kind of one big broad category. So talking about lever gyms and lever based machines. Specifically, say first the Quantum Free Trainer. That to me is still, I think, the standout product of the year in a number of reasons. People want to know where that is. That's in the basement. I've been experimenting with using lever arms and jammer arms. So I have the PRX arms. I even still have the Crandall Fitness arms. I was asking if any of those products are going to be going on sale. Crandall Fitness said they still have their discounts, which again, shameless plug, also affiliate with them too. They aren't going to have any Black Friday deals. They said the discounts are kind of where they are. And the PRX arms are out of stock. I assume right now they're going to do some sort of a changes to the lever arms. I don't really know for sure, so I'm going to be double checking on that, but that's my assumption based on some of the things that's coming out. And as a brief aside, I do love the Crandall Fitness arms. The issue was there's a pro and con. The pro is that you can actually take them on and off the rack easily, which is nice. Downside is they do not have a trolley, and it gets kind of heavy to move the thing up and down. But I have heard from them that in the very near future, the trolley feature is coming in. So that's why I've been holding on to really do a comparison between the PRX arms and the Crandall Fitness arms. So stay tuned for that. With regard to the Quantum Free Trainer, still an awesome machine. It just depends how much you're going to take advantage of all the capabilities. You're still going to see that in the future. I just needed room in this garage to kind of make some more space. Glenn did give me an update. I don't know how much I can really share with you. I should have checked before this video to record, but I do know Glenn has some very cool things, a lot of new things, one of which being, I'll just say this, I probably can say it, that he told me that you're not going to need a squat rack with some of these upgrades coming in the future. So he's got a lot of stuff planned. I'll probably have another video with him probably talking about that if you guys are curious. But I would say lever-based gyms are still something for yours truly that I use a lot this year, and I know it's kind of a make or break for some people. It's still a piece of equipment that I would still say is something I need or kind of really want in my home gym. And last but not least, and also tease another product I'll be showing you guys in an upcoming video here, is going to be the curve calf and also the U cups put up by U4C Fitness. Awesome guys. They are running a sale as of this morning. I'm waiting to hear back from, I emailed them last night and they told me they are doing it. So waiting everything to get kind of solidified. But what they're going to tell me is they did tell me that my code hybrid will take off 20% off. It's also, they have a Black Friday deal discount code. But what they're essentially doing is taking my margins, of course, and making a discount very low, so you guys get more maximal savings, which of course makes sense. So you get 20% off a USA made in small batches, San Antonio, Texas. To me, this is one of those home run products where you get something that is very high quality. It's almost as comparable in price as some of the overseas ones, and you get it at a discount, which I think is also pretty cool. The U cups actually came first. These are also USA made, and they finally got some more in stock. They have a bunch of different dimensions on what they can actually fit on. I was using them, but then I didn't use them because I had a Smith machine. If you have a Smith machine or something like that, you're not going to need these. But if you have a raw, just straight rack, and you want to do calf raises, this works out really well. So these are back in stock also. And then just as a quick aside, because there is an exclusive deal about it, and I've been trying it, but I'm going to do more information on this. The Rip Rant 2.0 just came in from a squat harness. I'll be discussing it. Odds are you've actually probably seen it in the backdrop of some videos. But what is cool about it is that now there's this slope in the back, so this does work out very well for calf raises. The only downside is you kind of slip on it, so I'd still, at some point, I'm going to put some grip tape on this. Not made in the USA at the curve calf, so that's an unfortunate part. But like I said, he is having, for a limited time, his 20% off for this. Also the squat harness, which I do love, and I use that thing. I just don't use it every week or even every other week. It kind of depends.
What do you guys think of that there? For those who have, the space for the gym. Obviously, I can't use that. I don't have a coupon code or anything.
So that's why it's not in like my most used products of this year, but also has a code here. I think BF Hybrid saves you 20% off of these, which I sent he has limited quantities of these in for sure. Now that would really be it. Now I'm not counting things like barbells and just weight plates, stuff of course you use very often, but do stay tuned because I do have some cool things in that category that I think are going to be in my new favorites for sure in the next year. I'm going to be using a lot. That I'm using, I just got that in fairly recently, but that I'm pretty much using
Who is that? Looks like he's about to lift his nuts or something.
every leg session, so that is like a very close honorable mention to making this list. I'm just still counting it as somewhat still relatively new, but that is for sure going to be one of my favorite products of the year, no question.
Oh, no, never mind.
Digress on that, and if you guys are curious about that whole video, on that link down below. But that is it though, guys. Hopefully this video was informative. As always, drop your comments down below and stuff you want to see featured in the future, and I'll see you guys on the next video. I want to talk about my...
So, a lot of good shopping ideas there. Yeah, I know, a lot of good accessories. I don't have any plans of moving. I mean, I really don't. But folks, get your questions in. And of course, if you guys are wondering, I just got my Tesla cup with water given to me by my good friend Pugman. Y'all be sure to thank Pugman. With me having to run around and stuff, it really doesn't make any sense whatsoever for me to be drinking or smoking or anything. It really doesn't. And I'm really not going anywhere tonight. I've got my beer. I mean, I pretty much got everything there. I may do a drive around tomorrow. Go to Euro Cafe and have a cup of coffee and just sit outside, depending on how the weather is. Oh, absolutely, Quick Pump. The isometric holds and stuff, you know, that's something that's promoted with using the Total Gym. I mean, like I said, my machine is great. And you guys have seen me, and that's why I've always listened to Hybrid Fitness. I got to start getting used to calling him Hybrid Fitness. This is kind of weird. I mean, I remember one of his... The first time I saw him, it's this video from whenever he was using the Weider Body Works. And he was using that for quite some time.
What's going on? I got a lot of kind of personal emails. Still alternating. You kind of have to think a little bit to alternate feet. But this alone is tough. Great height.
You know, it's amazing how you start off 13 years ago
Your abdominals.
with not knowing everything as far as to what to do. You know, this machine is long gone.
Single leg jack. It's natural. You're going to want to do this right away. I can go single arm. You can go.
It's always funny to see someone's first video. It really is. And then you compare it to today. I mean, you look at some of my early videos with me just staring down. Didn't know much about the camera or anything. I mean, I have filmed some previous YouTube videos, but just nothing major. Yes, there's a lot of videos on my channel with me training on the Great Flex, and I'll probably put some more out very soon. It just really depends. But he didn't really do that many videos, and then he took like a year or so break between them, and then next thing you know, I mean, he's off to the races. But he has a ton of videos.
What's up, guys? This is a video meant.
He has a lot of videos on the Weider Ultimate Bodyworks. I think that's how he got his channel so popular, because of that. Because a lot of people were stuck with that piece of shit equipment, and a lot of people tuned in to see how to use it. But, okay. Rampage Jr., are you crazy? That guy is nuts. Oh, he's crazy. I mean, especially what he did to that poor guy. I mean, what he did to that poor guy was just completely uncalled for. He should have never done that. Folks, get your questions in. May play another video, maybe 2, maybe 3. Doesn't make no difference. I'm just glad you guys are hanging out with the great one. Even though it is an hour show. And the reason why I have it as an hour show is because, you know, I've already, like I said before, I don't want my content to be stagnant. This one's a little bit more tighter fit. Plus, it's my personal videos here. It's my time to put out what I want to put out, if that makes any sense. But I'm just glad I got the car washed today. And it's looking kind of shiny. I want to put a polish on it there, but and I may do that tomorrow. We'll see. Because I got my pads in and stuff, so. The only thing is I can't seem to find my caulking glove to clear out any impurities before I polish it. So I don't really want to mess around with it too much before I do anything. I mean, I suppose I can use a wipe rag or something, but yeah. Because once that thing starts going, then that's pretty much, you know, if there's one little piece of sand on it, woo, it's going to scratch it up a little bit. I am not showing that video. Well, this has got to be funny. Sean G eating a chicken leg with hot sauce.
So we're gonna run down on the leg first. Look at that chicken leg right there. Look at that dope chicken leg. Look at that.
How in the world can a chicken leg be dope? I'm a little confused.
That dope chicken leg. God, thank you for this food that we're about to receive, for the nourishment for our bodies, our minds, and our spirits. Amen. Always say the grace. Look at that right there. Look at that hot sauce on it. See that hot sauce? Hold on, I gotta get some napkins. You want a piece of this? Can't get none.
Well, that was another educating video. Sean G, monk at large, showing us how he eating a chicken leg with hot sauce. I don't know what the importance of the short is, but okay. You're on the tread climber right now? Oh, cool. You still got to... Wait a minute. Did you say tread climber? They still make those things? I thought they discontinued a tread climber. Oh, wow. I don't think that tread climbers are made anymore. Let me... Whoa. I guess they still do make tread climbers up. Learned something new. I thought that's an old, that's like a 90s, early 2000s product, though. I figured that thing would be long gone. You know, Doug Brignoli has been gone for quite some time. Been a couple of years, but I mean, he was a great trainer. He was very knowledgeable and everything. But I mean, the Brig 20, that's I'm assuming you're talking about his 20 set workouts. I mean, it was very interesting. Obviously, I've tried it before. But Matt, I know you're all about the clavicle and everything. So I guess what? I did come across this one from him. But I'm gonna check a I'm gonna play a clavicle just for you, my friend. It's not that I don't like him or anything like that. It's just that I'm still trying to understand him. That's the best way I can describe it. I'm still trying to understand what he's all about, in other words.
Nice. Yeah, so I'm actually getting surgery myself quite soon, within the next few weeks.
On what?
On my jaw.
No.
What?
Yeah.
It's a great job.
Yeah, wait, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? You have a
great
nice
jawline.
face.
Thank you. I
Are you
appreciate it. Well, it's
fucking
about to
kidding?
get even better.
No. You're getting surgery, dude?
You guys sound like my mom right now
Dude,
with
that's-
this.
Okay, so
Your mom might have a fucking point,
we're
dude.
tipping over. We're leaving the realm of looks maxing and we're entering the realm of gay.
Autism.
No, gay. When you start with your jaw, dude. Facial
Autism,
plastic
autism.
surgery, unless you're Tom Brady and you're getting a touch of Botox here and there at 47.
I think he did.
it's
I don't want
gay,
to tell you
dude.
this, Danny,
It's
but
Dubs lied about getting raped by 5 black men. When you're done with him, he won't be able to walk straighter once a week. I mean, he could have been raped. It would have been very difficult given his corpulent nature, but it's possible. I mean, we've seen the movie Deliverance, you know, squeal, squeal, yee!
It's gay.
Tom Brady got a facelift.
That's
Yeah,
gay, too.
It's not gay.
It's
I was-
gay, dude.
If it
But
gets,
look at Tom Brady. He's got 400 million.
And he did Sidney Sweeney.
Yeah.
So maybe it's working
And
out.
Sofia Vergara and
Okay.
another one, dude. All
Are you
in a
guys
row.
sure is he Sydney
yeah,
Sweeney?
we know for sure.
there's
we talked to him about
there's
it.
definitely a lot of criticisms that
He needs to put a shirt on.
could be made of looks maxing. I would, say it's more in the realm of autism rather than homosexual.
Okay.
But that's still pretty bad. So
You say you got the touch of the tism?
yeah, definitely a touch of the tism myself.
But don't you... So let's break down the philosophy behind this.
Touch of the is it autism is what he's talking about or something?
Because I remember when I last got my nose broken, when we got jumped
you guys get jumped.
Yeah, we
And at one of our filming shoots, we were out in Paris, California, very Latino area, at a rodeo. We were misbehaving a little bit. A bunch of guys came out and jumped us. I don't think I've ever gotten more DMs from girls than when I posted a selfie with my broken nose covered in blood. And most of the DMs were like, oh my God, hard eyes, so hot. I think women like imperfections in men. And I've also heard it said that nothing is...
No, they don't. No, they don't.
less attractive to women than when a guy is counting calories and has a...
No, the heck they don't. I mean, especially with that Dumb and Dumber haircut. Who do you think you are, Jim Carrey or something?
a facial routine. Some girls don't like that.
No, they don't. That is true. Even going to the gym could be like kind of a turnoff if you're super into it. But the thing is making them think that you're just this naturally perfect person and you don't let them know about the routine. So that you wake up 30 minutes before they do and you do the routine.
Wow.
You know? That's what it's got to be.
Really? I like how honest you are about it, though.
Yeah.
I like how he's not defensive, and he's like, yeah, it's kind of autistic, it's kind of gay. Some girls might not like it. This is what I do.
No, they don't. I mean, if you're one of those gym guys who's got their Tinder profile, like all these fucking pictures in the gym locker room, there's an old guy.
Well, he has a 20 set, 20 exercises, 20 this. It's sort of like Herman Cain's 999 plan or so forth. It's very gimmicky. I'm just going to be honest with you. But he knows his stuff, and he was a great trainer, you know. I would have loved to have worked out with Brignaldi.
Has dick in it. Like, no woman is gonna like that. The way that you got to go about it is you got to be more subtle. So take a picture on the beach where you're a little, flexed up, something like that. Because you got to make them think you're normal, even though you're fucking autistic.
So status maxing. Let's talk about status maxing
do
a
it.
little bit.
Yeah.
You earlier you gave us a ratio. Did you say looks are about 60% of the equation?
Yeah, on a pie chart.
And then the rest is just kind of vibe, aura, money, career,
yeah,
status.
just looping that all in. Social inhibitions, stuff like that.
Okay. So
How
it's,
neurotypical you are.
so it's like almost 50-50. So
Yeah,
That's
people
like-
would be surprised by that to hear me say that, but it's real.
that's the great thing about being a guy is you
Yeah.
can be dealt the worst hand possible, but unless you are like literally Quasimodo, you can overcome it with a good career.
Well, the issue is you really have to have a high IQ to ascend past a lot of these disparities. So if you're not good looking and if you're poor and you also have a low IQ, it is genuinely over for you. But if you've got a high IQ, you can apply certain things and you can beat the disparities, beat the odds.
What are you doing for the
So
brain?
I'm
How are
fucked.
you becoming a Renaissance man? You're not. Do you read?
No.
Okay, so what?
What's up, Simply Deep? How you been, man? That is true. Do things by yourself and appreciate, but it's just a bit different. It's 2025. Things are just a lot different, and it's understandable. Ryan is where he's gonna be, I guess. There, he's not required to come on to moderate my 1 hour shows or anything like that.
What do you do to like?
I don't read books.
Okay.
I've just been hanging in there, so that's all I can do. Insurance premiums went up. Went and recently bought some new sites, so I got to do some keyword marking today before I get started. So, and then that way I could pay my boy in Pakistan in order to start doing a drip feed SEO.
But I do read. Yeah, just
Wait,
so,
what do you read?
just studies, articles,
The Plan
stuff
B
like
box.
that. Yeah, that's right. There you go.
Directions of the.
So
plan
I
B
use
box.
a lot of.
It's one step. It's not much to read.
There you go.
Make sure she fucking takes
Yeah,
it.
fucking. It's like a dog. You have to like put fucking plug their nose and make sure they fucking take it down, and then you're like,
What do you look like
swallow.
Clav does? Fucking damn right. Continue,
Yeah.
Clav.
Sorry.
So I do a lot of nootropics and different pharmaceuticals for neuroregeneration because I do have my fair share of fun going out and being a degenerate. So this stuff is very neurotoxic. Like drinking, people don't realize it, but it's killing your brain each dose.
Yeah.
So you've got to be very, very protective. So I do a lot of antioxidants like injectable glutathione.
I don't know what he has. Maybe he has farm insurance or something.
And in terms of recovery, my favorite pharmaceutical is something called cerebrolysin. And I'll use a lot of different nootropics to just help my overall cognition throughout the day.
How many days a week do you drink?
The Dubs files contain nothing more than his personal information and family and, where he lives and everything like that. It's nothing to write home about. And honestly, it's publicly available too. So anyone can grab the information. But he's already told people a million times where his piece of garbage home is there. So
Drink.
if you pull it up on Google Maps, ew.
I'd say it kind of. I'll do like, I'll lock in for maybe 9 months out of the year, and then I'll do like a 3-month bender type of thing.
3-month bender. How many days a week are you drinking during that
Like
bender?
3.
3 days a week.
It's publicly available, and he puts his own. Here's the thing. His son actually got up on a live stream and actually wrote me telling him about all of the things that he did, and he gave me that information. So it was actually his son that gave me a lot of his information. It wasn't even him. His son and his daughter literally hate his guts. So, if he wants to be mad at something, but, it just goes to show how unwell that he raised his kids here. He's not a good father. He's obviously not a good father, that's for sure. His kids pretty much said the whole thing.
So you're going out Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah,
probably.
yeah.
It's got to hit college night. College night's big. Thursday.
Well, I got expelled from college, so
Wow, for what?
steroids.
That's bullshit.
I know.
What does
dude,
that have to do with
sucks.
academics?
Exactly. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's very hard to get expelled for steroids. Because they're going to be looking for weed and cocaine and stuff like that. They're not really looking for steroids. So there's got to be more to that story.
What
So
college was that?
Yeah.
It was a college in East Coast. I don't know if I want to
Yeah.
say on the internet, but it was pretty bullshit. I'm glad that it happened now because I'm in a much better position than I otherwise would be in fuck ass university, where you got ChatGPT agent that just came out the other day, probably just destroyed everyone's jobs and aspirations.
Yeah.
Like people in college right now are at the worst point ever in history to be academic. So I'm really glad that I got out of there with my head still screwed on straight, but it could have been fun.
No, you're not. When I hear people say stuff like that, that means that they truly regret what they've actually done. He wishes he was back in college there. Which, and in which case there, he could simply just go to another one. He could take a correspondence course like me, the great one, got Ashworth College, and stuff. So, there's a lot of options that he has here. So stop talking about college. College is cheap. Which brings me to nursing. I don't know why Trump, and sorry I'm getting off subject. We'll get back to the video in just a minute there. But I can't believe that Trump decided that nursing is no longer a professional degree. And here's what that means, folks. Because nursing is no longer a professional degree, nurses are going to have a lot hard. They no longer have access to those loans, in which brings down the cost of it. So there's going to be a lot less nurses and nurse practitioners. It's just ridiculous here, Hopefully he changes his mind on it.
Fun to be in college, that's for
And
sure.
the only reason I have ever told anybody to go to college was not to learn, but to get pussy. So, and I still
Right.
think you should go to college to get pussy.
Well, yeah, I had the whole nightlife scene that I was a part of, so I still got the experience. But it was a little bit different. And I don't like to seem like I'm like overly degenerate or whatever, but I'm just like real about everything. So, like drinking 3 nights a week might not sound like too bad to most people, but still, like it gets to a point where if I'm going out Thursday through Saturday, I feel like a loser. I'm like, dude, what?
No, that's kind of respectful. He's young. He should have fun while he can, and stuff. He just needs to be careful. Not hang around people like Jack Doherty, of all.
The fuck am I doing? I'm spending too much money. I'm not getting shit done. So I try to really limit that to like one period of the year, like summer or whatever, and then I lock in again.
It's a good period. The Looks Maxing starter pack, though, it seems like there's some peptides involved.
Yeah, there's a lot of pharmacology, peptides. That's how you really make the progress. Because people will talk about all this stupid shit like, skincare, all this, and that's really going to make negligible difference. But if you want to, like, at home without, surgical intervention, change the way you look a lot, it really has to be pharmaceutical intervention.
So what's your fucking jawline going to look like after you get the surgery?
So I mean, it's kind of just hard to envision. I've got like the surgical plan and all that type of stuff, but it's a little bit weird to think about. So I just
break it down for us.
Zac Efron, dude, he got something done, right? I mean,
he had filler done to increase the width of his jaw.
Okay,
but he just really overdid it because filler has to be touched up every 6 months, and it never dissolves. So when you're constantly adding more and more to filler that's not dissolving, it just eventually looks like shit after a while. So people on their first session of filler tend to look really good, and then just slowly over time it starts to slowly diminish.
Here's an idea. Don't use filler at all. Just get fatter, then lose the weight. You'll have enough fat filler, that's for sure. So, I mean, a lot of this cosmetic surgery is weird where they'll take fat out of your ass and then put it in your cheeks and stuff.
Whereas the osteotomies and implants with titanium, this is something that's a lot more upfront, but the results last and they actually look phenomenal.
So where is your osteotomy or implant going to be?
Istanbul.
But where is it going to be in your face?
Everywhere. So I'm getting titanium implants done essentially everywhere on my face.
Wow.
And there's going to be an osteotomy in my mid-mandible called a BSSO. It's going to be advanced forward. Along with my upper jaw, they're going to do a incision right here and then advance the upper jaw.
What's it going to run you?
35.
You sure you want to do this? You're a good-looking kid.
Dude, you're fucking extremely handsome.
Thank you.
No homo.
Talking to the mic, Nico.
Yes, homo.
35.
100 grand. Sorry, my bad.
I don't know how much
35
more
grand.
handsome
No,
a guy
35
can
grand?
get. Really?
35 grand?
Yeah.
Dude, you're handsome as fuck.
Isn't that
dude.
pretty baller though that you have like 35K in your face?
No, you should save it all, dude. You're
Put
handsome.
35K around your neck, son.
Nah.
Get a
dude.
necklace.
Dude, you're only 19.
Yeah.
Dude, stop.
Dude,
Seriously,
it's all
you have
about the
dimples too, dude. Stop. You're gonna fuck everything up.
Surgery that I'm getting, my surgeon had to put a lot of patents on the actual techniques that he's using. Like I'm gonna be the
Yeah, whatever. Just, what's up, Chuck E. Cheese? Yeah, I would agree. I mean, honestly, he doesn't need to do anything. He just needs to, work more on this physique. I mean, look at him. Rather than trying to get his face, look at his arms. I mean, he's got those buggy whip arms of his there, He should be driving a wagon train with those arms instead of going out and getting surgery.
first of its kind, essentially.
And this guy right here, he's just nasty. I mean, this here is not swordfish applicable, I mean, he's just sitting around. I mean, let me take my picture off. Why in the world is he just sitting around like this, like no one can see him? I mean, if he had some muscle, that would be at least a little bit better, but he has literally no muscle whatsoever. It's pathetic.
But
Okay, that sounds
pretty cool.
way more sketchier now that you're saying that.
Well, I gotta do
You're
it.
literally trusting a guy to be like, hey, I just invented this new facial surgery. Dude, you're already handsome. You
Well,
really want to fuck this up?
Nico,
Well, that-
show him his dick.
That's what I say.
Show me your dick.
Show,
dude, I don't
no,
care.
show him your dick. I'm sorry.
No, I'm not gonna.
First you say he's handsome, and now you're wanting to show his caca, and stuff. Now it's getting to be a little bit homo. And look at the way they got their legs crossed there, Real men, they sit, I mean, the way real men sit, they sit with their legs apart showing their junk. I mean, look at him. And this guy still looks like Dumb and Dumber with that haircut, They're gonna be customers in a massage parlor eventually.
I'm gonna show him my
Hey,
dick.
well, if he doesn't go to Turkey and get the surgery, it'll be worth you
If he
showing his
doesn't
cock.
go, I will show him my dick. But if he goes, then he has to show
Well,
me his dick.
just think about it
How
like
is that,
this.
dude?
What if you're
Okay?
already making a lot of money and you're about to start a business? You know what I mean?
What if
People
you're
say,
already
"Oh,
handsome and you
you're-"
fuck it up, dude, for no reason
Well, that
at
could-
all?
The same logic could be applied to anything. Like there's risks to reward with literally anything. So I don't like people who sit here and fear monger. When it just doesn't make sense. Yeah. So I'm
Wow.
actually getting.
that's the end of that video. So very, very interesting. I mean, they had their legs crossed and stuff. I mean, that's just... Really?
Today's guest has redefined.
Now, folks, in case you guys are wondering, I almost forgot, Claviker's website, Claviker's YouTube channel was terminated for a violation of terms and service. And it's probably due to all that steroid talk and all this other, and all that bad advice he was giving. But man, when you see something like this in red, I mean, you know you effed up, basically.
Today's guest has redefined the meaning of.
I mean, I will admit, he's still making a lot of money because he's on these other channels and stuff. And honestly, YouTube doesn't really pay much. Dude, so what is that? That little men on films, like, you know, when you go to drag shows and stuff like that, you know, you still see people doing that stuff. But yeah, folks, when people ask me about this advice on gear and stuff, this is why. This is exactly why. Running a YouTube channel is not hard, folks. You just... And Chuck E. Cheese, I mean, he knows more than I do about channels here. He's got more subscribers than I do and stuff, and he's been around a lot longer than I have. But, you know, the one thing you gotta be mindful of is, you know, the more ridiculous you get, sometimes you get to the point to where you're violating YouTube terms and conditions. And all it takes is one mistake, and boom, just like Nick Trigilli. Nick Trigilli actually, from what I understand, he got his channel back. But I'm not sure whether he's going to be using it or not. Which, honestly... why he's, what? Well, I guess it was gone for so long that most of the people unsubscribed. Oh well. But folks, 4 minutes left. Get your questions in. Well, we're closing out the channel in 4 minutes, so we'll catch you later here. Thanks for joining me here. Yeah, I would agree, Chuck E. Cheese. Sometimes in order to sell your product, you gotta bash other people's stuff. You know how it is, the game is the game. But yeah, I gotta gather up the rest of this stuff. Clothing. I got boxes here in which I'm gonna pack up and then I'm gonna drop off. And I also got some weird stuff too that I have honestly no clue what to do with. I just don't. Donate to the Lenny Gimp mask. I don't think they'll take that, Chuck E. Cheese. I think the thing about Nick Trigili is he's been off Instagram. He's been off YouTube for so long that he's settled into Instagram. And honestly, Instagram revenue pays much more than YouTube. But you got to build a lot of traffic in order to even stream up there. I mean, I think that's the same with Joe Pietaro. You know, they built their channel on Instagram, so why even bother with going on YouTube? But in any event, folks, it is now 3:00 p.m. and that is the end of Saturday. So, I want to thank my man Lamar. I want to thank Quick Pump and Matt for donating. I want to thank everybody for joining me today, as well as last night. Folks, y'all have a great weekend. I will see you soon. Now it's time for me to get back to work. And as always, peace and soul.